Welcome in. Today, the message coming through is life isn't training us for a specific destiny, it's training us for autonomy, for flexible sovereignty. And like a doctor who works in the ER, there are incredibly challenging circumstances and situations with people going on in an ER room. They are focusing on how they can be part of the solution, and that is where they are putting their attention. Spirit saying this is the kind of focus, it's a wisdom based focus, it's heart led, that allows us to choose to focus our energy in a way that is beneficial, that behooves us and those around us. And they're saying it actually applies to every subject in life. This is the kind of energy that really creates the world that we all really want to see, when all of us are moved at the heart level, but using our wisdom to focus in ways that bring the best benefit the most to ourselves and those around us. That is what is required, and that is actually the purpose, the general purpose for every single human who comes down here. They're saying those who live, who are cognitively able, and those who live, well past their teenage years. That is the purpose. Okay, it's not for every single actor. We are exploring different kinds of themes, but this is a general purpose reading for the human collective that is able. If you resonate with a message like this message is for you. Of course, take what you like, leave what you don't. Spirit's saying this kind of focus is what is going to anchor in the new earth, and it is what we came here to do. This is a mastery program. They've shared this before. And Seth from the Seth Material, who I consider to be one of my principal mentors, he explains this kind of sovereignty here is the preparation for other realms of experience once we cross over. Infinity is in the reflection. All that is, there's a ton to explore, but we need a certain level of autonomy to go create and co-create in other kinds of realities. So this whole life is kind of like a preparation, a training for this general spiritual purpose. Of course, we have broken it up into chunks, and this is the unfolding of who we are. So Spirit wants to say, you are actually guaranteed the essence of whatever desires you are being inspired to, whatever life has caused you to want. It's meant for you. And it's just not always going to go the way that we want. And they're saying that's by design so we can become flexible sovereigns. We are going to get what we want, but then we learn to roll with life and whatever comes our way. We become emotionally mature. They're showing me a pool table now. In order to get into a pocket, sometimes you have to make a bank shot. And that's what our life is. We have never been failing. That bank shot is feedback. That bank shot is redirection. It's preparation. Sometimes it's protection. And when we understand the broad perspective of how supported we are, there's a very divine, benevolent framework underlying this dream that we are experiencing as so real. But really, it's all for a training purpose. It's for the exploration and an experience. And the byproduct of the experience, they're saying, is this kind of training. A sovereignty develops through choice. Of course, our choices are much more limited when we don't know, but they're saying everyone who chooses this kind of expression will receive the insights in non-resistance when they're sleeping. Even if somebody's super, super programmed, like we all come in with a lot of conditioning. By the time we reach our adolescent years, we have a lot of conditioning, and some of it's in a direction that behooves us, and some of it is maladaptive by the time we become adults. So as spiritual athletes, we are here to play ball with life, but we're here to choose responding over reacting, and we're here to see the broadest perspective that we can and understand just how beneficial. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us. The thing is, in the reflection, it's going to show you your attitude. So if you think that it's happening to you, that's how you're going to experience life happening. But if you choose it's happening for you, if we choose it's happening for us, Spirit's saying you will see the evidence of that. But that is actually the reality. Regardless of what you're experiencing here, the underlying reality is it is for you. This is the unfolding of who you already are. Of course, some of us don't do it in a life. It's done over a longer period of time. But right now, there's an ascension happening. It's a rising tide. It's a huge human collective decision for many of us to move into a new earth timeline, to move into anchor in a timeline that is really reflective of our internal state of being, because we're awake. We've awakened. And now this level, like this kind of message, is talking about embodiment and the choice to focus in a way that behooves us. They're reminding me of the 4-minute mile now. They're saying it has been done. Anything that has been done, you can do it, and it's meant for you. And if it doesn't work out exactly in that form like you were going after, it's because it's a redirect and there's something else with the same essence that is meant for you. The how, the when, the exact form, we don't dictate, and that's by design, so we don't become sticky creatures. As humans, we become very manipulative otherwise if we're always getting what we want, and we don't attain the autonomy that we need to. So that is why it is all organized to have a delay, a gestation period, a time to calibrate and really step into what the embodiment that is going to meet its reflection in due time. Just like parents who have just conceived, there is a 9-month period for everyone to step into their roles and really let it sink in and prepare for it. And of course, some people decide and make other decisions with it. So they're saying that's what that gestation period is. It's the becoming. And you're meant to choose. Become flexible and roll with life as it's coming at you. Choose the position of power. Choose the perspective and attitude that you are empowered. And then you will, figuratively, there will be quantum bridges to those realities because your destiny is not locked in. You're exploring themes. But the version of reality that you get is up to you. But the byproduct of choosing in that direction is your sovereignty. It is your autonomy, and that is your graduation. So that's the really powerful message today coming in from Spirit. We are spiritual athletes. We are actually guaranteed to win. To get multidimensional, they're saying if you choose not to anchor it in from this perspective, another probable version of you, which you will merge with later, will do that. There are probable versions for all the probable choices, pathways that we can take, because this is the unfolding of our grand design, our divine design, which is already present within the mind of all that is, already in the spacious present, romping around in other realities right now. But this is right now where we are consciously focused. That's the message for today. If you enjoyed this message, please share your beautiful energy, like, subscribe, share, and comment. If you're interested in coaching, Akashic record readings, or mind-blowing visionary art, you can find that information in the description box. And I will see you in the next message. Thanks for tuning in.